What's up everyone? I'm Jamie with threelittlegoats.com and welcome to my channel. Now these past few weeks I've been doing kind of a beginner soap making guide. If you haven't checked that out and you're new to soap making, be sure to do that. I will link that up in one of these corners. I think it's this one. It'll be up here somewhere. But in the last video that came out this week, I showed you how to make lye water, and today we're going to take that lye water that I made and turn it into some soap. And since it is September, the weather in some places has started to cool off. In here it's still like 90 degrees with 90% humidity, but I dream of days of fall. So we're going to do some pumpkin spice latte soap, and we're going to actually use real pumpkin puree in the soap as well. And I'll put right here why pumpkin is really good for your skin, and if you can, to add it into some of your soaps. It's fun to experiment with, and it's fairly easy to use in soap as well. So let's get started. Alright y'all, so let's get soaping. This soap is going to be just a little bit different. It's still a pretty easy soap, but I'm going to be adding a little more into it. So I've already got my oils, and they are at roughly 79 degrees. My lye water is at 80 degrees. I made that yesterday, and I actually made this particular lye water in my beginner soap making guide, the lye safety video. So if you've never made lye water before, be sure to check out that video. I'm also going to be adding in some pure pumpkin puree, and then some caffeine powder as well. And then I've got my goat milk powder and my kaolin clay off to the side, which I'm going to add here in a minute as well. So lots of stuff going into this soap. Hopefully everything works out well. We will see. As for the blend of oils, I'm using kind of a custom blend I made. It's got hints of pumpkin and spice and coffee, and it smells so good. My whole office smells like it right now from mixing it up, and it smells so yummy. I'm also going to be using a little bit of orange mica. I've already mixed this with some oil from this batch, and a little bit of a titanium dioxide. I use the water mix titanium dioxide. I don't generally like the stuff that you mix with oil. I always just have issues with it. I prefer the ones that you can mix with water. So without further ado, let's get started. First thing I am going to do is I'm going to add in my goat milk powder, as well as my kaolin clay. Those closed up out of the way. I got a whole lot going on my desk right now. So much going on. And then I'm not going to put a whole lot of caffeine in it. Just a little sprinkling. I make a big old mess with it. I'm going to mix this all in before I actually add in my lye water. So let's move this stuff out of the way. Alrighty. Then actually I'm going to add in my pumpkin puree as well. Forgot to add that in, so we're going to add that in right now too. Just to make sure there's no lumps of pumpkin in our soap. Nobody wants lumps of pumpkin unless you're eating it. Now, because I am using a custom blended fragrance oil, I'm going to actually test this a little bit just to see how it reacts. You can hear me grabbing like stuff because I'm never fully prepared. Never fully prepared around here. So I'm just going to take just a little bit of my soap. And I'm going to take some of my fragrance oil. Just a smidgen. Just a smidgen. I'm going to give that a mix, see how it reacts. So far, so good. Yay! It's always good when fragrance oils plays nicely. So I'm going to actually separate some of this off. And I'm going to add in my orange. And just a little bit of titanium dioxide to each. Not too much, just a little bit. I'm gonna give that a quick blend. I'm loving the colors so far. So just in case, I'm gonna get my mold set off here to the side, and I'm going to add in my fragrance oils. I'm going to actually hand mix these in.
Let's go.
Perfect. Oh, it smells so good. Seriously, YouTube, you guys need to invest in some smell-o-vision. So I'm just going to pour in my orange. Pour in my white. Now I expect this white to get, it's not completely white, it's like a off-white, but I know it's going to darken up. Let's just fill it to the top. Perfect. Perfect. You love it when things go as planned. Nothing ever goes as planned for me. So I am very excited that this soap is going as planned. And I'm just going to give it a nice good spritz of rubbing alcohol. And I'm going to let that set up. I'm going to let the rest of my orange batter kind of set up. And once the orange sets up a little bit more, I'm going to add the rest to the top of this. So I will be back shortly. Alright, so it's not super thick yet, but I gotta go and get feed for the animals. So I've just put it in the leftovers in a Ziploc bag. I'm just going to start kind of drizzling it on. I'm not doing anything fancy. I just want to make sure there's lots and lots and lots and lots of soap. And then I'm just going to use a skewer to just kind of swirl it so it's not all lumpy and bumpy. And if there's any bits and bobs not covering the corners, then we are done. I'm going to spritz this down again. I'll probably come back in about another hour and give it another spritz. But for now we are done. I will bring you back in about 24 hours once this is completely hardened so we can cut it open. Hopefully it doesn't turn too brown. I'm hoping. Hoping. But if it does, it's a pumpkin spice latte. It's got coffee in it, so but we will see. I will see you. Alright, y'all. So it is my favorite part about soap making. It is time to cut open the soap. Now it is still a little soft, so I'm a little wary of cutting it, but it needs to be done right now. So let's get cutting. And let's pull one out. So it didn't darken up too bad. The orange will turn a little bit more orange like the top right here, which is really, really nice. So once these harden up just a little bit more, I will go ahead and plane them all. But for now, oh, they smell so good. Oh my gosh, they smell so good. For now, they are done and ready to be put on the curing rack. So that is what I have got for you guys today. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. It really helps. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We put out new videos every single week. And I will see you guys next week. We are going to be experimenting with some beer and making some beer soap. So be sure to subscribe for that as well. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.